Thrilled to receive the DeWalt 20-volt max 4-tool combo kit, including 2 batteries, a charger, and a bag. It's just $279 at Ace Hardware. Or choose from a variety of DeWalt saw blades, bit sets, and accessories on sale at $9.99 each. Ace brand wild bird food is on sale, 2 20-pound bags for just $20, or your choice of Ace bird suet, just 99 cents each. It's Ace Hardware's Rapid in Red event going on now at Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overguard.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio. Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Basketball is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. And out on the floor, we're about ready to go on this girls varsity matchup. And out there on the floor, it's the home team, the Sholo Lady Cougars, taking on the Lady Wildcats of Chinle High School. And it's also time for Still have no idea where they hide the pipe organ in this place, but there it is. And the national anthem is now recorded 5-1. And we are awaiting very soon the first rankings of the season. And it'll games, even though you're still developing your team and developing your rhythm. But if you don't win enough of those early games, you find yourself way outside the playoff bubble just to start, and then it's a battle. Seems like that battle goes all throughout the month of June. And right, straight at the basket, Alex Swanson gets the first points of the game. The Sports Zone is the official broadcast home of Brand. As we cover the Navajo Nations and the White Mountains, you see Sholo with a three-point try that comes up short. A moment ago, Tamira Baya opened up the scoring for the Lady Wildcats. And our score is tied at 2, everybody. There's Koayazi trying to get to the key, unable to get in there, and they'll bring it back outside. The Wildcats will set up their half-court offense as we get this thing going here, this broadcast of Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone. There's a pull-up right side, and that jump shot is good. Count the shot, and then a foul under the basket. And I believe the foul is going to go against the Wildcats, but they're going to count it because the shot was on the way before the foul was committed. So they will call the foul on Georgia Vasquez. That'll be Georgia's first foul of the game. And it was Shundeen Yazi spotting up on the right side. A mid-range jump shot that makes it 4-2. Chinle in front after the opening tip led to an immediate score by the Sholo Lady Cougars. Here's a steal. That one was batted away by Deshaun White. And the Lady Wildcats have it. Tamira Rabaya, Deshaun White in the starting lineup. I mentioned Shundeen Yazi just a moment ago. Georgia Vasquez, who now picks up her second personal foul, and she's going to have to exit the floor pretty soon. So Coach Francine McCurtain of Chinle is going to get Brittany Batsui up off the bench, and Brittany will replace Georgia out there in the lineup for the Wildcats. And then the fifth and final of the starters for the Lady Wildcats is number 23, the sophomore Koa Yazi. And she is the daughter of the head coach, Francine McCurtain, and she'll get a steal right there. She have the basketball up in the front court. Aubrey is in that starting lineup. Mackenzie Coolish, Alex Swanson, who has the opening of Aubrey Wilson, the junior, who is in that starting lineup. Quarter, and a little give to Tamira Baya, and she'll have her second bucket of the early going inside the free throw line. Aubrey Wilson's jump shot no good, but Sadie Hall has the Cougar rebound. And there is Alex Swanson with the runner, and the lefty would not fall for her. Sadie again with her in the low post. That'll be Shundine's first foul, third team foul on the Wildcats. Sholo has not committed a foul yet. They're either in a 3-2 or a 1-2-2, and they'll throw line. That shot is up and no good. Batted around to Raquel Wilson, who opened up the scoring, then gave up 6 straight to the Wildcats before all belongs. Nothing that the Wildcats could do. For long. Nice shot out. For long. Nice shot out. Here's this thing gets us. Apologize if we are having issues. Our bandwidth is a problem. I guess every network is susceptible. Got away with an extra step right there to Tamira Baya underneath, and that shot is good on the Wildcats. As we get contact was Brittany Batsui. Inbound for the shoulder. Fellas, who made that shot? Check some things with our YouTube feed. Here's a steal by Aubrey Wilson. The Lady Cougars will drive, and Aubrey doing what she does well, that penetration, and then draw that defense, dump it off to somebody. It didn't work that time, and then the outside shot for Alex Swanson won't go in. Wildcats up the floor. Wildcats. Timeout taken by the Lady Cougars. They'll grab a timeout early on. Northland basketball right here at the Sports Zone. It's presented by Choice NTUA.
Reputation is second to none, and they proudly call in well drilling. So when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the what drilling.
Choice Broadband is always expanding the service area here on the Navajo Nation. For Choice Broadband High Speed, your home can get connected.
How many times does that happen? Coach, you turn the ball over. Nice little bouncer inside. Contact, foul, the lady that committed team foul, and they did right there. Pass across the paint, but she ended up coming up shy on that. Jaden Lynch, who was coming to the lineup. Jaden knocked it. Hello, Cougars. They have kind of smooth lefty from downtown. The big three goes in. Under a minute remain. Addison will try. Gets knocked out of bounds. That is for the inbound. And rebounded by Tamira Baya. Jaden Lynch now back out. Pass across one side to the other. The cutter on the baseline is going to leave precious little time. Following the inbound. Clock starts. Of the first quarter in a spirited green 11. That's what I meant to say. This is Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Back with
Choice Broadband is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Choice Classic, supporting our young athletes as they compete for the title and demonstrate the values and perseverance that is found throughout our
Northland basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona.
Second quarter underway. It's Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone, everybody. Coverage of Northland basketball into the hands of the Wildcats. The outlet pass too strong. That's going to be out of bounds. Up to will have possession of the basketball here. 7:35. They are coming up. Yuba City team that they've got, and I believe she just got Koyazi. Choice Broadband 56-45 to win the good wins for them. On an official record, stuff you really wouldn't have expected from them. A 30-point loss. Got a good basketball team, that's for sure. The Tsui is out there as well for the Lady Wildcats as we watch defense. Raquel Wilson with a hands on it in the Sholo Medical Center. So the first time we gave it out, it went to Raquel's. On radio player of the game for us in our early season broadcasts. Lady Wildcats look to throw it in. They do. And there's a nice pass to Sadie Hall. back in front on this one, everybody. Basketball, and they're having trouble right now. There's a ball down, but that is also going to be contact. Third foul of the game. Amber Lindsay now called for her. Alex in for Amber Lindsay. The Wildcat Ozzy Koa for three from the corner, and it's Jutterman who's done some good work early up, but take it right back. Great job by Mackenzie. That's with that.
Champion.
Northland basketball. And there's called for her second foul. One will bounce out. Up the floor. Big steals in the last couple of wild line. It's going to be off the mark. Addison has a three-pointer to her credit so far. The only Lady Cougar to hit a perfect. 17-14. Kayla Begay, and now Shandini Cotterman, who did a great job to step in on a traveling. Violet. There's a drive across the paint. Cotterman got contact. Sholo's high pressure by Grace Moore forced it. Handled. In football, you'd say that was a mesh point problem. It's mishandled and knocked out of bounds, deflected off the Lady Cougars. Alex Swanson is back in the game, and she is covering her defensively. Here is a little jump shot. DeJune White misses everything on that shot. Is good. Beautiful pass. Cut for the Lady Wildcats on that exchange. Was in some flux after counting on that. I'll tell what the Lady Cougars were going to look like, but their new head. Sholo is Wilson sisters. They are having a great time. Joy. On the paint. Koyazi came down. Foul. Ninth. Said enough about this. Except that they're coming off that game against in the final 50 seconds of this first half. Can Sholo too strong? Comes Brittany Bitsui. Sholo. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Wilson. That one herself in on this. This may not be the best angle to. That's a second foul, by the way, on Koa. We'll look. Isn't that a tough call at time? And if you did that contact right there. With that said, they were down. What were they down? They were down at least for the Chinle Lady Wild. Moment, everybody. Halftime of the.
Choice NTUA wireless connected.
During Red Hats Toyota this year. Plus all
At a shuttle picking up all the new vehicles
in Arizona Auto Mall, and it had license, title fee, and $499.
Is second to none. Small for Beeman Well Drive 7647.
Serving Holbrook and the Nest are all general dentists who love working with the community. 854.
$500 having great incentives like the National Auto Glass Safety #1 priority Christmas. Call Mountain Mobile.
Night Sports Zone Radio game.
Just have left and right. Okay, we'll set about. Welcome back in. You getting our audio? Again, whatever. Back, let's just quickly break it. The Lady Wildcats to 6 field goals in the heat. Helton has 5 points, 2 points, and Alex Swanson also with 2 points for the Lady Cougars. Well, for the Wildcats, yeah, I believe it goes away. All right, there you go. They are led in scoring by Tamira Baya. She scored 6 points in the first quarter to the basket. Her 3 points were all on a 3-point basket, which is the only one the Lady couldn't point. That's it. That's all the Wildcats have. That it was a Wildcats. I'll grab a timeout. Half in just a moment. Got it, but they are on the YouTube channel. Maybe UA Wireless, Sholo 20, Chinle 14.
Glass Intent is Auto Glass Intent is all of our technicians are because your family's cash given away each.
Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook's 3 dentists are all general dentists of working with the communities of northern Arizona.
Are you an enthusiast to stay active? Definitely. We need more officials in Arizona.
Hey, welcome back. We watch the Sholo Lady Cougars open up. Job with that high-low game of theirs. And getting Sadie getting whistled for her first wireless. And also the Sholo Cougars game. White trying to set a screen, set a pin right now going on. And they're going. But Raquel Wilson couldn't finish. Her bounce pass inside to Sadie is taken away by Cole. Cole just lost control for a 16 unanswered. Cat's got a hand on it. Here are your 5 Lady Cougars that start the second in the Cougar line in the paint. There finally is for the Chinle Cougars. A peep from the offense for the Wildcats. Taking two defenders, and she'll get fouled. A blocking foul get called on Alex. Position and plant your feet. She tried. Alex did. Just not quite in time, and the contact by the official was not deemed to be out of control. Chinle will get Raquel Wilson a rest. Amberlyn Lindsay, and the free throw is good this time. Chinle on the attack. Lindsay, the shot, no good. She's got it. Well, left angle. Bounce pass inside. Yeah, so good. Sadie Hall, another rebound. And there is Alex Swanson. Lindsay has. Wildcats will have it. The shot. And she'll go behind the back on the dribble. Long pass. Koa with the left. It's not out. Chinle scored, and she cuts the lead down the halfway mark of the third period. Chinle the inbound to Sadie. And there's Cotterman. Here, they can cut this. Well, with the two. By three, we'll grab out by three. Stand by.
Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville. Vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan.
At Beam and Will Drilling is live. Even though they complete projects throughout, remember the White Mountains top.
Lady Cougars will inbound the ball. Wilson trying to catch a pass that she could. She'll out there, no good for distance. Back. Shunts a little too much pressure there. Good ball. Everybody, it's
the service area here on the Navajo Nation /broadband to see if your home can
be since 2000, and they cheer for all or can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness, or call 928-524-6854.
And we're back to it. Basketball for she'll feed. Georgia Vasquez in the 26-23. Shot will skip off, no good, and rebounded by Aubrey Wilson. Shundin Yazi, great defender. First time we've really caught. It was more of a batter. Here's an inbound, and that's going to be skipping off the hands of Grace Moore defensively. Did we get a replay on my save there, or not? Because I made quite a play. Let's see if I've got that. Oh yeah, I got a finger on it. I got a little tip on it. Got to give me credit. Nimble. Cat-like reflexes. I look like Mel Gibson, even though he's aged quite a bit. 95 seconds left in the third quarter. This time Lynch on the drive and her shot. She's a baller, man, I tell you. She is fun to watch. I think she can handle the ball like a guard, so I don't know what her plans are, but I'd love to hear that she plans. Raquel Wilson on the feed from her sister. The sister act, right? 45 seconds. Wildcats. Arrest. Wildcats. She's got trouble. Can feel it, then it just 1,000. Anyway, for the Cougars. There's about contact that they say happens before the shot. On the Wildcats, they will throw it in. Shundin Yazi back to Yazi there for the rebound. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Shundin for three, left side. Can't blame her. And try to get that one indeed. As Northland basketball presented by
Choice Broadband is a proud sponsor found throughout our community. To all of our young athletes,
received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine from Midwestern Union. Dr. Ellsworth is 6700.
Thank you, partners of Northland basketball, and of course, our presenting quarter begins. Chinle on the inbound. I want to remind you, and maybe we don't think that has anything to do with our equipment and hardware for our broadcast. However, this game ends, this broadcast will end. If you're watching on YouTube or watching on Facebook, reset everything, look for it, and you'll find the boys' game next. A fantastic matchup coming up, the boys' game here. What are we about? We're about 25 minutes away from the start of that. Yeah, Aubrey's she just handles the ball so well. Now Alex Swanson. A minute gone by in the fourth quarter. Wilson in the paint. We got an updated score for you. This one from the end. 28-23. Thank our friend Dean Vicente for free throw line step back, jump shot, limited to 6 points in the game so far. Really hasn't taken a lot of shots. And Chinle to lead 28-25 has to try and figure out outscoring the Wildcats 9-0 in the period. They scored the first couple of baskets in the third quarter as well. And on top of that, they finished out the scoring in the first quarter. I'm telling you, they just dominated the Lady Wildcats. Here's the inbound lob underneath to Moore. Gave it back to the Lady Wildcats. 6-12, 6 minutes in. Georgia Vasquez has it. Georgia back outside. Koyazi ties the game. 28-28. Hacked as she shot, and Grace. Koyazi on the floor right now. She is out there with Grace at the line for Chinle. And Moore hits a pair of free throws. Vasquez. Koyazi off to Shundeen. Up by Aubrey Wilson. Aubrey making play. Looking as she gets it in. Koa for three. That shot too strong, but rebounded by Shundeen. Two big three-point baskets in the fourth quarter for Tamira Baya. The Wildcats have the lead, 31-30. Their first. The way the Cougars dominated the second period, and then came out and scored the first couple of baskets in the stage of the game, but they've gotten it back, and now they're going to go that full court defense. Stayed with it, got the ball. Bounced to Grace Moore, and she is going to get called for the trouble. It's a good call. The extra effort did not produce points, but she is going to make every effort possible. You can count. She double dribbled, got away with it, scrambled. She got a hand check foul on her. I believe that's going to be Raquel. Mackenzie Coolish picks up the first foul on her night. 16 fouls on Chinle with 3:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. Inbound. Moore screened Sadie as Chinle barely beats the 10-second count. They've got it in front court. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Coach Francis calls a timeout for the Lady Cougars. Northland basketball. It's brought to you by Choice.
Walt 20-volt max 4-tool combo kit, including 2 batteries, a charger, and a bag. It's just $279 at Ace Hardware. Or your choice of Ace Bird Suit, just 99 cents each. It's Ace Hardware's Rapid and Ready.
And they were cruising for a lot of this game, but Chinle 30. Coming up, by the way, on the schedule for these teams. On Thursday, Chinle hosts Miami. And then they don't play again until January 7th. They'll go to Thatcher High School. Take on Thatcher. Then it's a region game against Payson on January 10th. And they host Holbrook on January 13th. So that's what's ahead schedule-wise as we watch Chinle almost with a shot clock violation. They got a shot away right as the buzzer was sounding. Rebound down to the Wildcats. It's interesting that these young ladies are trying to figure out how to play with the shot clock in those rare moments when it actually becomes a factor and the horn sounds. We're going to get a Sadie Hall foul. On a Chinle drive, Sadie's got 3 fouls in the game, and I think Coach is going to take her off the floor for a moment. We'll see. We'll see for whom Coach Francis is subbing, and she's going to get a couple of ladies off the bench. So is Coach McCurtain with the Wildcats. That's Vasquez at the line, and Georgia misses the first try for the Wildcats. Raquel Wilson checks out. So does Wilson's jersey number 12 behind that ponytail. It is. She came back into the game. So another foul shot, no good for Vasquez. Chinle the rebound, trailing by 3. Aubrey Wilson outside to Swanson. Chinle patient with the basketball. The defense got a little disarray, a little disoriented for the Wildcats, and Swanson was able to take advantage. Swanson with a chance to tie it now for the Cougars. Vasquez checks out, and I don't know who checked in, but I think it was Baya who checked into the game. Maybe got a little bit of a rest there. That free throw is off the mark. So the Wildcats retain. Back to Koa. The official says she dragged the pivot foot. Boy, Koa is getting more and more vocal in her response to some of these calls that she seen in this game. And it's been old. Back outside to Coolish. Swanson on the drives. And she gets called for the blocking foul. For a Coolish 332. Have it with under blocking foul on Coolish. For the block on this, you'll see it on this replay. It should show it pretty well. She tried to get out there. She was shuffling pretty good. Kind of threw her body in the way there. And the second foul on Coolish. Now, listen, the Wildcats have 4 team fouls right now, is all, with 1:46 left. And unless they start to get some separation, like, for example, here at the so few fouls, right? You want few fouls, except in a really, really close game. It's 1 for 2 for Jaden Lynch at the line. Lynch. Coach Francis calls out the play. Before the inbound will call a full timeout, which we'll take as well. To this.
Choice Broadband is now available to more homes on choice-wireless.com/broadband.
For safety, at White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, Nation, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI.
And White Mountain Regional Medical Center is set to game. Will be presented that. We've got a White Mountain Lady Cougars play this Thursday. Schedule here and have the basketball 1:20. They're going to the Epic Tourneys New Year regular season game is on January 5th. They will host for the Chinle Lady. That was called a moment ago on matchup. Chinle on the road here at Sholo. They played a great second lead back after it was a double for station identification.
Radio.
White Mountains on our broadcast home for Sports Zone Radio. Mix 98K Rose, and she leads the scoring for the Wildcats with 15, including 2 threes in the fourth by our producer, Derek Simmons. My vote is like brought down by the Wildcats. The phase of, right, the more foul shots you make, the more you're going to get in a stretch like this. And on the 1-and-1, after the ball got knocked out of bounds, 45. Great foul shot. Shooter. Shundi, don't know who that was. Tamira Baya's got 15 points. And it's a 5-point Wildcat lead. Find the bottom of the net for Aubrey. A great bounce. Wilson's got 10 points. It's a 1 remaining. 35 Chinle in front. Everybody.
Ace Hardware's Rapid and Red event. It's just $279 at Ace Hardware. It's for just $20. Or your choice of Ace Bird Suit, just $9.
Terrific finish to a basketball game, everybody, and thank you. First day back here to Sholo. The Sholo Cougars are going to host Miami. Swanson. That's going to be 3 on Alex now. And Shandi Niazi with a chance to get it back to a 2-possession game. With she can make it a 3-point game. Pounds the ball into the hardwood and makes the foul shot. So 38-35 Wildcats. Alex Swanson across into front court, and then a quick timeout from Christy Francis, the head coach of the Sholo Lady Cougars. What a finish, sports fans. At Hatch Toyota, Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
Ho, ho, ho! On Corolla, on Camry, on RAV4, on Highlander, on Tundra. This year, Santa's swapping reindeer power for horsepower during Toyotathon at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Now that's how you make the holidays happy.
This year, Toyotathon is bigger than ever at Hatch Toyota. This year. Plus, all Hatch Toyotas come with
picking up all the new vehicle requests. We're going to start
HatchToyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for over 32.
Final 16.6 seconds in this. Great matchup on Northland Basketball, everybody. Needs a 3. Coolish tries the shot. Foul. Suey out there making the contact. Brittany's got 3 fouls. And Coolish with a ton of pressure now. Well, can Mackenzie Coolish make 3 straight fouls second? So now, you really want to miss this one. I got a steal. They do. Coolish, it's blocked. Got it back. Couldn't make that. 1 second. That shot, no good for Sadie Hall. Sholo. Wow. Hey, listen, you hear all that reaction out there. There's a few Wildcat fans here, but a lot of what you just heard was coming from the Sholo fans, I'll tell you that. They were showing a lot of appreciation with some smiles on their face. I like that. Yeah, they're smiling. They know that they were just locked up into a great game, and they gave it their all, and they tried. And no reason to hang their heads on that effort right there. That was just a great effort by the Lady Cougars. But for the Wildcats, they get the victory. And we'll be speaking to the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. Guys, I've got Tamira Baya. 2 big threes in the fourth quarter, part of that comeback. You got her as well. Fernando's got Tamira, jersey number 1. Derek, who you got? Huh? Okay, he's got Tamira. It's kind of unanimous. Tamira Baya is the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game, sports fans. We're going to get a chance to chat her up right here. There you go, Tamira. Get that on there. Let's keep this a little bit close right there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Do our post-game wrap-up, everybody. Northland basketball is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Welcome into Sholo High School. Welcome into Hatch Toyota Arena for tonight's broadcast, everybody. And the Sports Zone Radio player of the game joins us now to wrap things up. What a game. Wildcat win, 38-37. A come-from-behind win. And a lot of that come-from-behind has to do with the lady that led the win. Well, tell us about the comeback here, because what went into the comeback? How did you make it happen?
I just think that when we went back into the locker room, we just really communicated.
So in spite of Sholo's effort in that first half, you did not feel like the game was out of reach?
Yeah, I say they did, and we just really pushed ourselves and just kept our head up.
Fourth quarter. Were you...
I think most of those shots just came from my teammates, like trying to get me open, screening off, and all that stuff, so yeah.
Tamira, was this a much different effort by the team tonight than that?
Yeah,
game?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think we just had, more, so yeah.
Are you glad to have that one out of the way?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that when we go to Tuba, we'll try to get it back, so yeah.
Yeah, you feel a lot better now, though, right, than you did after that game. Well, it was a great game. You and the ladies, spirited fight, the big comeback, and we invite you to go enjoy the ride home now, okay?
Thank you.
Be safe out there, and
you too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Tamira Baya. She's going to get one of those great T-shirts from the Lady Wildcats. Over Sholo, everybody. And that right there of the girls' game. Remember, we're going to end our broadcast. We'll start a whole new one for the boys coming up in a bit, and we're going to reset some of our gear, our equipment, to try and see if there's anything we can do to help to provide a more steady broadcast for the second one. I don't know that there is anything we can do, though. All of our equipment seems to be working just as it ought to. So for those having a difficult time watching, our apologies in advance. The boys' game coming up in a moment, everybody. Final score again, 38-37. How about the Chinle Wildcats comeback right there? Thanks to Derek and Fernando and Sean. For the entire crew, I'm Floyd Simmons. Inviting you to join us again for the boys' game in just a moment on a separate broadcast. Northland basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
This has been Northland Basketball, an exclusive presentation of Sports Zone Radio. Listen online at sportszone123.com and download the Sports Zone Radio app for your smartphone and listen wherever you go. Join us again for the next broadcast of Northland Basketball.